عشاق حسين اللايين سمونا شيعة جانين تلوموني يا هالناس رجلوني حب حسين تلوموني يا هالناس رجلوني حب حسين.
You use the words Sahaba, yes?
Sahaba.
Okay. So I have to ask you first of all. I agree with everything you said, yeah? Most of what you said.
Yeah.
But I have to ask you, what's your definition of Sahaba?
You know, there's been a variety of definitions, but the position that came at ijma', at consensus, was that anyone who saw the Prophet ﷺ for like a minute and believed and believed in him.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the mainstream.
That is the mainstream Sunni position. That anybody who saw the Prophet in a state of iman and died in that same state is a Sahaba,
True.
according to you.
Sahaba.
So according to that, if I saw the Prophet, if I was alive and in the Prophet's time and I saw him and I was a Muslim, yes, I said La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, I'm a Sahaba. So this is where we would differ with Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah on. We believe that the Sahaba stated in the Quran has a different perspective.
Okay.
So we can go to the ayat of the Quran which refers to Sahaba.
Yeah.
Allah is pleased with those Muhajir and Ansar.
Yes.
Yes? Radiyallahu anhu. We have no issue with that. Yeah, Allah is pleased with those who migrated with the Prophet and fought with him. They were companions. Yes, they were included within that. Yeah, we don't have a problem with the ayat. Ulama Tabatabai, a prominent Shia scholar, has said, and if it were not for the companions, yes, Islam would not have spread. Yeah, I know you're going to give me arguments for some of the Sahaba, maybe Umar who spread Islam. That's fine. That's a merit.
Yeah.
However, when we want to dissect a topic, Sahaba for one second. Shafa'ah, intercession is another topic. We don't just look at one ayah on Shafa'ah. We look at intercession, every single ayat which mentions intercession, and then we bring them together alongside hadith, and then we extrapolate a conclusion. There's some ayats that said intercession is not allowed. Some ayats say intercession does allowed. We can only understand the true concept of Shafa'ah if we bring all the ayats together.
Okay.
Likewise with Sahaba. Yes, Surah 3 verse 144. Yeah, I'll bring it up on my Quran. Yeah, so Surah 3 verse 144. And Muhammad is no more than an apostle. The apostles have already passed away before him, and if he dies or is killed, will you turn back your heels? Or whoever turns back upon his heels, he will by no means do harm to Allah in the least, and Allah will reward the grateful. So it's referring to Sahaba in terms of the ones that ran away from battles in the Holy War. And we see a structural hierarchy within companions. So the top ones were mu'min, believers. Islam says don't, if I just could finish that point, Islam says don't call yourself mu'min, call yourself Muslim. This is the highest state of a Sahaba. Yes, he could be a mu'min, a believer. Whereas the Muslim just says La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, the faith may not ever enter his heart. You keep going down, and at the bottom you have munafiq, the hypocrites, which Allah has dedicated an entire chapter to. Likewise, and so these verses in the ayat of the Quran will establish which part you are in the hierarchy of this line. So Surah 49 verse 2 says, don't raise your voices above the Prophet. Are you familiar with that verse? Yes. I'll bring that up so you can see it as well.
I know the verse, so you don't have to prove it to me.
But in terms of what it follows on, what it says from that. Yes? O you who believe, do not raise your voices above the Prophet, and do not speak aloud to him as you speak aloud to one another, lest your deeds become null whilst you do not perceive. So when we're talking about Sahaba, we have no issue with those who were of the Muhajir and Ansar. It's a good thing. But we look at all of these definitions across the Quran. Don't raise your voice above the Prophet. Don't run away from wars. And we know some companions, as you said, did run away from wars. Some of them did do bad things, and some of them raised their voices above the Prophet.
They're not perfect.
Okay, they're not perfect. So in this case, we would say, in this case, why should we follow all the companions? So if you say you have hadith in your, for example, narration, Sunni books, my companions are like stars. Yes? Any of them who you follow, you'll be rightly guided. So if you have a hadith
I actually do not know the authenticity of that hadith.
Okay, fine. But generally you say we should respect all the Sahaba.
Yes, definitely.
We say in this regard, we should not respect those who went against the Quranic ayat. We don't say there's believers, all of them. We look at each case individually. However, we do not believe that they were all pious individuals.
Okay. So you quote Quran 3144, right?
Yeah.
Are you trying to extrapolate from that? There's a possibility a Sahabi could leave the fold of Islam.
No.
So what was the point in
it shows the level hierarchy of sincerity of the companions.
Okay.
So those who run away from wars, I will not follow them in that regard.
Just to clarify. Okay. The mainstream Ibn Ashari, Shia, I'm not talking about the Zaydis or the
Ibn Ashari, 12.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the early Shia and to be nuanced and be precise, I'm talking about the mainstream 12 Shi'i belief. They, if you read their books, it comes quite crystal clear that Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, they are mutadeen. They left, they're mutadeen.
Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman.
Yes, they're
Could you provide evidence for that?
Book, I can provide Kitab Sulayman ibn Qais.
Okay. That's not our four main books, by the way. Not that I reject that book, but there is quite some controversy.
It's the earliest book, and Jafar al-Sadiq, this is the ABC.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But inshallah, if you bring the hadith and the scholars which have authenticated that hadith, that's fine. Okay. But in regards to companions in general, this is what we're referring to in the subject.
Do you believe the Sahaba, or Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman, they were usurpers?
What? Sorry?
They were usurpers.
Yes, they stole the Khilafah from Muhammad.
Okay, fine. Let me just, are you familiar with WWE wrestling? Alright, let's just bring a scenario, right?
Yeah, sure.
We have Imam Ali alayhi salam on one side. We have the great Khali, Batista, Rey Mysterio and John Cena on the other side. Ali has to defeat these four. Who's going to win?
Ali.
Seriously, are you sure Ali? I agree. Ali, he can defeat four of the biggest wrestlers in the world, right? He cannot fight Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman. Because Abu Bakr, he was an old man. He's a 60-year-old. He walked with a limp. How could Ali, the strongest, a big man?
Excellent point.
How can he defeat like so many of the top sumo wrestlers, boxers today? He could defeat Mike Tyson.
I love the analogy you gave. I love it.
He could defeat what's the other side? Muhammad Ali. Yeah, he cannot. Because look, imamah, according to you, is like a pillar of Islam. No imamah, no Islam. No imamah, your salah is not accepted. Your fasting is not accepted.
I'm not sure if you saw my previous discussion, but as I said, there's two opinions regarding imamah.
Okay,
but it's a separate topic. Please stay on the Adal al-Sahaba.
Okay, I'm trying to
I can pick up on the topic that you just mentioned.
Let me finish. Okay. If imam is that important, surely Ali could fight a 60-year-old man.
Yes.
Abu Bakr was, I doubt whether he was like, I doubt whether he was physically himself that strong. I'm sure Ali could take him on and take him on.
Okay, I got your point, bro.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So in regards to that point, love the analogy you gave, by the way. Yeah. But in terms of Imam Ali coming to fight, you say you necessitate if Imam Ali was on the haqq, so we're talking about Khilafah.
He's on the haqq, but I'm talking about what? Sorry.
In the sense, if you truly believe that Khilafah was his and it wasn't set for him, it's going away from Adalat Sahaba, but I'll address the issue anyway. So if he went to war with them, that will prove that Imam Ali was completely in the wrong and that they were truly usurpers.
It will prove that Imam Ali believed in Imamah, and it will prove.
It wouldn't prove Imamah, but it will prove that he would fight for his Khilafah.
He believed in Imamah. He believed in Imamah. Okay. He believed in the Khilafah. He at the very least believed in his direct succession of Khilafah.
That's the direct succession of Khilafah, and that the other side was deviated.
The other
side was truthful.
You couldn't even say Kuffar. You couldn't even say
Kuffar. So when we look at the Battle of Siffin, Muawiyah fought Imam Ali. He went to an entire war with him. Thousands of believers were killed. Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah still respect him. Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah still respect Muawiyah. Muawiyah put a spear on the Quran in that war. They still respect Muawiyah.
What's the evidence?
That's the right. I can give you the evidence now. He put a Quran on spear. That's why the war was ended. Yes, and that's why then the Khawarij came from the battle of Imam Ali. So he did go to war with him. So if they went to war with him and he still respect Muawiyah, you've clearly shown that's not a point of your evidence.
Okay. Look, the war between Imam Ali alayhi salam and Muawiyah radiallahu anhu was not over Khilafah. It was over.
It wasn't. But the other point was. What?
Yeah, but it's a different point.
You said the other point would be kafir. You just said it, Ali.
If Imam was correct,
yes.
Imam Ali.
You said if Imam Ali went to war with another Sahabi,
yes,
that side would become kafir.
If Imam was correct.
Why is that got to do with Imam?
Because so Imam is a pillar within in your deen, right?
There's two positions regarding Imam.
Right.
Some people see that is Iran al-Din, some people say Iran al-Madhab. So one position believes that you must believe it to be Muslim, the other one believes that you must believe it only to be a Shia. You're still Muslim if you reject it. Two opinions.
According to Al-Mufid, As-Suduq and Majlisli,
they took those opinions that it was from what he's referenced. I'm not sure yet.
These are big scholars, right?
They said what, sorry?
They said Imamah is a pillar of the religion, right? You cannot disbelieve in it and be a Muslim simultaneously. Now, if Imamah is true, I expect Imam Ali to
but
go.
What has this got to do with the that's fine. But I already proved that his war was there, and you said the other side will become kafir. do you from that accept that Muawiyah was a kafir? And even that, yes.
No, it depends, because the war between, I'll tell you what, the war between Imam Ali and Muawiyah was not over Imam and Khilafah. The war, the hypothetical war,
What was it over?
it was over. Just to explain.
It was over Khilafah.
It wasn't.
Yes, Muawiyah came and said, he wanted to take Imam Ali's Khilafah. He was unhappy that he was Khalif.
Basically, so, Muawiyah, I believe his uncle, Uthman radiallahu anhu, was killed. He was murdered, and Muawiyah is telling Ali, I'll give you the bay'ah, provided you deal with the killers of Uthman. And on that, Ali said, I will deal with the killers of Uthman, but I need stability in the Muslim
Empire. I know the story.
First.
Can I respond to that point?
Yeah. So it wasn't over Khilaf and Imam. So
Okay.
it's a separate topic.
If you want me to,
false analogy.
fair enough. If you want me to prove why Imam Ali, why Muawiyah was wrong, I can do it with one hadith of Rasulullah.
I believe he's wrong. As I said, he's not perfect. That's what I'm saying.
I want to show you the position of Adalat Sahaba, which was the original topic. So we believe, all the Sunnis believe, Shias believe Muawiyah was completely wrong in that war.
Was he
we
kafir?
believe he sinned. Yes, we believe he was a munafiq.
But before you said Muhammad Hijab, you said you didn't make takfir on him.
I said I don't do takfir on the likes of Bibi Aisha. Yeah, that's my position.
Okay.
In regards to Muawiyah, we believe he's a munafiq. So now, let me prove it. There is a hadith to the Prophet Muhammad said to Amr bin Yasir, "Oh Amr, you will be killed by a baghi group."
Okay, transgressor group.
Yes,
That's not kafir. That's not kafir.
Let me finish the hadith.
Okay.
Yeah? Let me finish. Then he says that group will be calling you towards the hellfire. And you and Ammar will be calling that group towards Jannah. Sahih Bukhari, authenticated by Imam al-Nawawi, authenticated by Ibn Hajar al-Haytami, and I have the reference with me if you want.
Okay, because I've seen the half, I've seen the
You
first
like the reference in
half.
half?
I've seen the first half, but I've not seen the
That's
last
fine.
half.
I'll give you the reference if you want it.
But I need it from a Sunni website, by the way, because a Shia website has to be biased.
I'll give you the reference for it, and then you can research it
From a
afterwards.
Sunni website. From a Sunni website.
It doesn't matter where the reference is from. If I give you the reference, you can go research it from your original books.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So here is the reference here. It has a footnote at the page on the paragraph. If you read the footnote, go to number 1. I'll show you the footnote, but just read the hadith for now.
Okay, but look, we don't say brother.
Can I just read it? Can I just read it?
The problem is, brother.
Yes, go for
we
it.
just said Imam Bukhari records.
Yeah.
It does not say Sahih al-Bukhari records, and there's a difference.
It's in Sahih Bukhari. I can give you the reference.
It says here Bukhari records.
I can give you the reference.
Sorry.
Shall I give you the reference? But let me just read it. Sayyidina Rasulullah said this to Amr bin Yasir.
Yeah.
He will be murdered by a baghi group, a rebellious group. He will be inviting him towards Jannah. Amr bin Yasir will be inviting them towards Jannah. And they, the baghi group, will be inviting them towards hellfire. Correct? Now let's look at the hadith number for this, yes? I said it's in Sahih Bukhari, and I'll show you the scholars who narrate it. Volume 1, page 172, narration number 436. Yes?
Okay.
There you go. See it for yourself.
Okay, is this on alislam.org?
Yeah,
That's a sheet. That's a sheet.
Al-Bukhari.
Right, but is this from where? Can I say?
It doesn't matter what the book is. I'm giving you the reference.
Okay, but again.
I'll give you the reference, and I'll give you the scholars who have authenticated and their references
Okay, but
that they give.
you do know this on Islam.org. This is a Shi'i website. It's not
The reference which they're giving is a Sunni reference.
Sure.
It doesn't matter where it is. It can be written on a page if it was.
Does, because they can twist the words and they can.
Look for it. Look it up on the original website.
I'll look for it.
That's fine. Let me just tell you the scholars which have authenticated the hadith, yes?
Okay.
Hadith is mutawatir, as Ibn Abdul Arbar states.
Okay.
Who else narrates this hadith? Al-Hafiz as Ibn Hajar al-Haytami. Who else narrates it? Imam al-Nawawi.
You've got three, brother. Can we move on?
Yes. My point is, this hadith exists.
Okay, brother.
Let me tell you what the scholars say about this hadith.
Yeah.
They accept it's authentic. They say yes, Muawiyah was the baghi group.
Yeah.
They accepted it. And he is the one calling Amr bin Yasir. But on the account of ijtihad, he received no sin.
Okay.
Now, let me just explain what the concept of ijtihad is. Today, if a scholar wants to derive a fiqh ruling, an Islamic jurisprudence ruling, he will use ijtihad. Shisha haram, he will use ijtihad. This is what we call it terms in fiqh, Islamic jurisprudence. What on earth has this got to do with Imam Ali fighting Muawiyah? It's got nothing to do with it. So we say 12 infallibles exist. Yes, how can fallible men protect an infallible message? We believe there was 12 leaders who were infallible. You as an Ashari or even a Salafi, you're claiming every Sahaba was infallible. He received no sin.
Straw man argument. Straw man argument. Did I not say at the beginning?
The scholar says it. Sorry.
No. The straw man argument. Did I say at the beginning? I do not believe that Sahaba are perfect.
I'm saying what the scholar says. He said they were sinless. He took a whole war with Imam Ali.
But then he made a mistake.
He made a mistake, but he says they were sinless.
Then he made a mistake.
Do you believe he received sin?
Yes, I do believe that.
The scholars say they are sinless.
But that's what they feel.
I know you might not say it, Aki, because it's illogical. But the scholars of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah say that he was sinless.
Brother.
He took an entire army.
Brother. It is the ijma'. It is the ijma' that Muawiyah was in the wrong. That he was less.
But it also mentioned that he receives no sin.
Brother,
I don't care if you say he's wrong and you say he doesn't receive sin for it.
This is not what differentiates me and you.
In the hadith, it says he's calling the people to the hellfire.
Whatever.
It's Sahih hadith, Aki.
Muawiyah is just one Sahabi. I'm
talking about the concept of ijtihad in general.
Okay.
So let me give you other Sahabi, yes? Abu Dharr al-Ghafari. Yes?
You believe in
How
that?
is he? Yeah.
You believe in that?
How was he killed?
He died alone when Uthman sent him. When Uthman sent him away.
Uthman exiled him. Let me just mention it. Uthman exiled Abu Dharr al-Ghafari to the Rabada desert and he was killed.
No.
Yes?
He wasn't killed.
Who else was killed by Muawiyah's hands? Yes? Who else was killed by him?
He wasn't killed. However, let me clarify that position.
Hujr bin Adil Kindi was killed by Muawiyah.
Your points I can't respond.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, go for it.
Respond.
Sorry.
Okay, so Abu Dharr al-Ghafari had the philosophy.
Could you respond to Ammar bin Yasir first, please?
Sorry? No, I said that does not differentiate between me and you.
It does. We're talking about Adalat Sahaba. They say they received no sin.
The Sunnis agree Muawiyah was in the wrong.
But he received no sin.
No, he receives it. That's just
you believe he received sin actually?
Well, I don't believe he received kufr.
Did he receive sin for it?
Huh?
Did he receive sin for it?
The
hadith says he will be calling them towards hellfire.
And he's also forgiven at the same time. Brother.
How?
Huh? Brother. You see, look, you see, I see similarities between your group and the Khawarij.
How so?
I'll tell you why. The Khawarij believe if you commit a sin, because you're kafir, you're not Muslim anymore. You the Shia are saying, because Muawiyah did a mistake,
the hadith says, not that.
kafir.
I'm referring to the hadith. The hadith clearly states he will be calling them towards hellfire.
You gave me the reference via a Shi'i website.
Doesn't matter. I gave you a reference, Aki.
I can't trust a Shi'i website.
I gave you the reference. It's a Sunni Bukhari.
No, brother.
It's Sahih Bukhari. It mentions it, Aki. I gave you the reference.
I can also say I can also put it on my own website.
And I'll accept it. I'll go to it and I'll accept it.
Exactly. So I need to go to it. So that what you provide is not sufficient in and of itself.
It's sufficient, but you don't have knowledge on it.
No,
don't conflate the two issues.
It's not sufficient in and of itself.
How so?
Because
I've given you the hadith from one of your most authentic books.
There's no way to verify.
There is. Go to your Sunni sources and research it.
I've never seen it. This is the first, because I've seen this hadith many times.
In addition to this,
I've seen it in Bukhari.
It's there, Aki.
I've not seen that.
Fair, Aki. You can go there and research it, inshallah. But in addition to this, it's known he put the Quran on a spear. In addition to this, in the Battle of Safin. It's mashhur. I'll give you the evidence, inshallah. Even if I did give you the evidence, you can say it's from Shia website anyway.
No.
But he put the Quran on a spear. You want me to go to your Sunni website that mentions it?
Yeah.
Okay, go to...
That's actually a reference in the 6 books that we have. Sorry? That's a reference in the 6. We have 6 books, right? Because the Shia, what they tend to do is they go to Tabari, they go to Tariq ibn Asakir, they go to Tafsir ibn they go to Tariq ibn Abdullah. These are works of history. Works of history can have all sorts of weak, dodgy, fairy tales in them.
I gave you Bukhari.
Sorry?
I gave you Bukhari.
Not Bukhari.
I'll give you a Sunni scholar who mentions it. I'll give you a Sunni scholar who mentions it. Shah Delvi. Yeah, Muhaddith Shah Delvi. The perfection of faith.
Who is Shah Delvi?
Okay, I give you Bukhari. I give you Ibn Hajar al-Haytami. I give you Imam al-Nawawi, and you're saying that this is insufficient for you.
Brother, it's through a Shi'i. Brother, I don't see how you understand, right? I need a Sunni source via a Sunni source.
If I give you the hadith number.
Well, because your website could twist it.
So go research it.
Huh? Okay, I will research.
If I give you, what do you want me to do if I give you the reference?
I'll research
and I give you the scholars who said it.
I've seen this hadith many times. I've never seen it in the form.
How does it come down to you?
You're giving it to me. But brother, that Muawiyah is not really what differentiates us. What differentiates us is what you say about Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman.
We're talking about Adalat Sahaba.
This is Adalat Sahaba.
Yeah.
This is mainstream. Ifna Ashri says these guys are munafiqeen, these guys are kuffar. Could you please prove it?
Okay.
That's what I'm asking.
That's right.
Muawiyah is a side issue. Muawiyah is a side issue.
We were talking about the concept of ijtihad. My main issue with the concept of Sahaba in regards to the Sunni school of thought is they have this concept of ijtihad, that they receive no sins. Amr bin Yasir was killed by Muawiyah, no sin. Muawiyah made ijtihad. Yes, Abu Dharr al-Ghafari killed by Uthman, no sin. He made ijtihad. Let me finish. Hujr bin Adir Pindi killed by Muawiyah, doesn't matter. Amir al-As, I believe, no sin. Who else was killed? Let's go further than this. Muhammad bin Abi Bakr, the son of Abu Bakr, and we love him. Okay. He was also killed by Muawiyah's hands.
You contradicted yourself.
How so?
Because first you're saying Bukhari is telling us how evil Muawiyah is. Now you're saying Muawiyah, according to the Sunni school of thought, is a sinless man. Do you see how you contradicted yourself?
No, the Sunnis believe he's sinless.
But
the hadith is there from Bukhari, and then the scholars say that he still receives no sin.
You contradict yourself.
How so?
You can't say.
I said, okay, let me
You can't say a school of thought believes
You're
this man is
mixing up two
sinless
things.
when the most.
That's what I'm showing you. It's a contradiction in your school of thought. That's what I'm telling you. You have the hadith which you've authenticated, but then at the same time you're saying scholars are saying that it doesn't matter.
Brother, even if I was to agree with you that Muawiyah was a kafir, right? Even I was to agree with you there, how does that prove? Bring it closer.
How
does that prove Tashayyu is true? How does it prove?
We were talking about Adalat Sahaba. We wasn't talking about Imam.
Tashayyu's position on Adalat Sahaba, because there's 100.
I gave you a position from the Quran.
There's 100,000 Sahabis, right? 100,000 companions, right? You can't just say one, hypothetically speaking, is a disbeliever. Therefore, the Sunni conception of Adalat Sahaba falls apart.
My point is, this is the one scenario. Let me finish. This is the one scenario in which he is the most deviated individual, and it is so clear. Yet even on this individual, you say he was sinless in this regard. That's my point.
No, you're misrepresenting the Shia school of thought. The Shia school of thought main problem is not with Muawiyah. It's with Abu Bakr, Umar, and you know why?
We're talking about the concept of Adalat Sahaba.
Well, these are the Sahaba.
We're talking about the concept in general.
Yes.
My point is that whatever the Sahaba done were right, they can't speak about it in terms of them making a mistake. In terms of they're killing each other, yes, and they're killing each other. The hadith of the Prophet is clear. He was calling people to the hellfire, Muawiyah. The hadith is clear. Even if you don't want to respect that, the point is you still transmit hadith from Muawiyah. What is your view of anybody who rejects Khulafa al-Rashidin?
I would say why?
No, what is your view on it?
My view is why.
I'm asking you a question.
I don't say that kuffar.
Do you believe they were deviated?
You could say deviant because you could say that.
Muawiyah rejected Imam Ali. Muawiyah rejected Imam Ali.
Okay, funny that position.
So he is deviated.
Brother, you're conflating things.
Come on.
You're conflating being deviated with having a deviated position. Right? So if someone rejects the Khilafah of Abu Bakr, I would say that position you've taken is deviated, but you yourself may not be deviated.
Okay.
You see, you're
conflating
generalities with the specifics.
How so?
Because you're saying
Muawiyah rejected the Khilafah of Imam Ali.
It's not from Usul ad-Din. Right?
What so?
It's not from Usul ad-Din.
Well, no, it's not.
And it's not the main problem.
But some Sunni scholars have said if I reject the Khilafah of Abu Bakr, I am a kafir.
The reason why the Shia reject the Sunni concept of Adalat Sahaba is not because of Muawiyah, it's because of Abu Bakr and Umar. They believe they usurp the Khilafah on.
We're talking about the concept of Adalat Sahaba as a whole, Aki. If you want to talk about those individuals specifically, it's fine, we can talk about them. But I'm just giving you a general specification of what Adalat Sahaba
means. And just before, I hypothetically conceded the point that Muawiyah is a kafir. How does that make, as you said, the companions in general as kuffar? How does that prove?
Because the Sunnis still believe that he has the right to transmit hadith. That's my point.
The Quran says go after children of Israel. Are they kuffar? Are they Muslims as well?
No. When we look at, we don't say all the companions are munafiq. You keep strawmanning my position.
No, actually,
I'm talking about a specific individual. We believe that the companions had this structural hierarchy. Yes, some of them were munafiq, some of them were mu'min, but we have this hierarchy. The Sunni says any one of them you follow, you are going to be rightly guided. This is the concept I'm tackling, Aki.
Okay.
This is the concept. Not that all of them are kafar. We don't say this. We say there's a structural hierarchy from the Quran. It's established.
It's clear cut. I've read in the earliest Shia.
If you don't consider Muawiyah a munafiq, tell me which of the Sahaba were munafiq. This is my challenge to you.
Sorry, what was your challenge?
If Muawiyah was not a munafiq,
If Muawiyah was not a munafiq,
who is a munafiq?
who is a munafiq? Like Abdullah ibn Ubay as-Sulul.
Who?
Abdullah ibn Ubay.
What did he do?
Well, basically, he was in Medina. He was a prince. He was going to become the king. Islam came, lost his position, hated Islam, but still joined Islam nonetheless to see if he could create problems in the Muslim community.
So, what did he do? In actions, in terms of actions, what did he do?
Well, I think he's one of those who slandered Aisha. I think he was involved in that, and many other stuff, right? We don't have to make takfir on Muawiyah to have a concept of the munafiqeen, like you're trying to suggest.
I'm not saying that he was. My point isn't to say that he was a munafiq. My point is to you, and to prove the concept of Adalat Sahaba, Sunnis say they do ijtihad. They receive no sin. The entire war of Safin, and Muawiyah received no sin. This is the concept I'm talking about.
Didn't Prophet Muhammad Hijab just say to you,
what?
In the last debate, Aisha and Muawiyah were wrong in this regard?
He said they received, and he said they received, but that's not what the school of thought says. They say they were wrong, but they received no sin.
Ibn Taymiyyah, he says Muawiyah, he was not on the haqq ones, he was not on the truth.
But he did not receive sin.
But if you're on the wrong, you receive sin, call us.
No, he did receive sin, but the Sunnis believe that they didn't. So my question to you, Aki, is a more general topic. Let's go away from Muawiyah.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad now. You got away from him.
Yeah, I know you don't want to talk about him. I know you don't want to talk about him.
But it's not the main issue. It's not the main issue. It's not why.
We're talking about Adalat
Sahaba.
So if you've established that certain of these companions have ikhtilaf, where there is an entire war being led by one individual to another, how could you narrate hadith from two of these companions in your books?
Okay.
This is my question. It's a contradictory. Two men are killing each other.
Okay.
Many of the companions already narrated them. Amr bin Yasir, Abu Dhar al-Ghafari. Yes, a lot of them were killed. So my question to you is, how do you narrate traditions from both of them?
Okay. Let's do this, right? What do you think of science?
Science. Which kind of science? Today's science.
Physics, biology, chemistry. What do you think of it? Do you think it's trustworthy? Do you think it's trustworthy? Natural sciences today?
Yeah, it's magnificent. Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at the wars, right? You see Germany, World War II. It went to war with Britain, right? World War I, Germany versus Britain again. Countries in Europe fighting each other. Now, if someone's going to say, based on the fact they fought each other, oh, we can't trust that man's science because we fought against him. We fought each other. See, the thing is, you're talking
about the concept of narrating hadith. You're conflating two disanalogies.
No. You're launching an ad hominem attack. You're attacking the person, and because you've attacked the person, you're saying we can't derive hadith from him.
Yes.
Why?
Because he's a munafiq.
I can simply say to you, right?
You've accepted, the Sunni scholars accepted that he was the group which was inviting Ammar bin Yasir to hellfire, and you're still narrating hadith from him. That's my contradiction.
It's not a contradiction, brother.
How so?
Brother, you're launching an ad hominem attack.
Sorry.
You're saying because, well, even look, let's just say, I say, for example, you're a kafir, right? You've left Islam. Does that mean everything you narrate now is falsehood?
Say again?
If I say now you're a kafir, you're a disbeliever, does that mean everything you've narrated is falsehood?
If I'm a kafir, I can't narrate hadith.
Huh?
If I'm a kafir, I can't narrate hadith.
Okay, so what do you think of the Quran saying, ask the children of Israel?
Which ayat are you referring to?
I can bring it.
You haven't really responded to my questions.
No, brother. Because who do you think is kufr is not clear cut? The children of Israel or Muawiyah?
Say again?
Whose kufr is more clear cut? The Muawiyah or the children of Israel?
The children of Israel. Which children of Israel are you referring to specifically?
What the Quran says of the children of Israel?
Well, it's referred to them in good ways and bad ways, mostly bad ways. But
okay.
What do you mean?
Okay. Let's see. So have you heard of this ayah before, brother?
I don't know which one you're referring to. You haven't mentioned it yet.
But it says, ask the children of Israel. It's quite clear cut what the Quran says.
If you bring it to me, I might understand it, but I don't really understand your argument or anything.
Because look, because you're saying, because someone's a kafir, we can't take knowledge from him.
So you accept he's a kafir?
Hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, if he's a munafiq, he can't narrate hadith. That's established.
So why does Allah ask us to ask the children of Israel?
So your argument is that even hypothetically, if he was a kafir, we can accept hadith from him?
I mean, look,
You can't accept hadith from a munafiq.
No, you can't. So the Quran says, if an evil doer comes to you with news, go verify it. Verify.
That was revealed on Walid ibn Utbah, another companion in Sunni Salafi.
And according to Aisha, by the way.
Say again?
According to you, Aisha.
Okay, so.
Okay, so if you're saying ask.
No, the ayat went against you.
How?
Because that was revealed about a companion.
Yeah, but so telling me that verse is only for that companion and no one else.
That was Bab al-Nuzul of that verse. The cause of revelation was on him.
But are you saying it is only about it, but no one else?
You can receive general conceptual analysis from it, but in reference to its cause of revelation was on him.
Okay. Do you believe Mu'awiyah was an evildoer?
An evildoer?
Yeah.
You believe he was a munafiq? I don't have to say much more than that.
Okay. So, likewise, the Quran says if you receive news from an evildoer, go verify. Right? Make clear. You're saying Mu'awiyah, if we have his hadith, we reject it. The Quran is saying to you, go verify. So you just in and of itself rejecting the hadith is goes against the Quran.
It says verifying news. What has that got to do with transmitting hadith and the science of it?
Because if we had a verified
Listen, Aki, I already said there's ikhtilaf between companions. If they're killing each other, you can't be narrating for both of them. Muawiyah was a very clear-cut verse, clear-cut hadith about him that he'll be inviting the people of Amr ibn Yasir to hellfire, and Amr ibn Yasir was killed.
Can I get your argument? Are you saying, because there's a hadith that says no one hates Ali except a hypocrite, correct?
The companions said that. We did not know the hypocrites except that they hate of Ali.
Okay. No. The Prophet ﷺ said no one hates Ali.
I believe the companions said it.
No.
That's what the companions said.
The Prophet said it. Right?
Okay, that's good for me. Fair enough.
All right. So, are you trying to say because Muawiyah hated Ali, he's a munafiq, and the reason why he hated Ali?
No, we look at his entire life.
And the reason why he hated
Ali.
Ali.
We look at his entire life.
Okay. So what makes in your opinion Muawiyah a munafiq?
I've given you the hadith from Sahih Bukhari.
Okay, brother. Do you need to be a Catholic?
In addition to, I'll give you everything about it. I'll give you everything in terms of munafiq, in terms of, first of those, he was of those of the Tulaqa, those who reverted to Islam early, after the conquest of Mecca. Yeah, he wasn't of the Muhajir Ansar. Secondly, to that, he fought Imam Ali in his life, and I'll give you the pretext of that as well. Imam Ali, firstly, Uthman appointed him as a governor in one of the cities. When Imam Ali came to Khilafat, he took him out. That's the reason Muawiyah had an issue with Imam Ali. Let me continue on. Then he had a whole war with him. Then he put the Quran on a spear. Then later on, he killed several of the companions. Yes, and I've named all of them already. And towards the end of the life, what did he do? He gave his Khilafat to his son Yazid, who killed Imam Hussein. Okay. All of those events, munafiq.
Why are you not talking about Abu Bakr, Umar and Uthman?
I'm talking about your cause. My point is that even in sight of all of these things, openly attacking Islam, openly attacking him, let me finish, openly attacking him, you still narrate hadith from him. Okay. So my point is, no matter what Imam Ali did to Abu Bakr, whether he went to war with him, whether he went to war with Umar, that won't be hujjah for you, Aki. Because Muawiyah isn't hujjah for you. So where's Abu Bakr and Umar's question is going to come out of it?
No. The problem is, right, Tashayyu, main point is...
Can you address my points, please?
I'm pointing out of fallacy in your argumentation, right?
Okay, yeah, go for it.
You are misrepresenting your school of thought.
Also.
Because Tashayyu's main point is not with Muawiyah. It does not reject
I'm talking about Adalat Sahaba.
Can I speak? Right?
Yeah,
You're interrupting me.
Yeah, sorry.
Right? Tashayyu does not reject Adalat Sahaba because of Muawiyah. It rejects Adalat Sahaba because of Abu Bakr, Umar and Uthman. And at the beginning, I asked you...
You're talking about the concept of Adalat Sahaba as a whole.
That's why I reject it. That's why you reject it. So I'm asking you, I made this point clear.
My main issue with Sunnis is the concept of ijtihad. This is the conflict of
I made a point to you, right? If Imam issue, Ali believed in Imamah, why did he not...
We're talking about Imam.
No, it's related. It's related. Why did he not fight Abu Bakr and Umar? Why did he never fight this one?
So let me explain.
You've not answered that.
I'll answer the question for you. In terms of Imamah, yes? What do you understand from Imamah?
The Shia, mainstream Shia belief, right? I'm not sure I will confirm this to you if you don't believe me. They are higher than the Prophet.
No, what is the concept of Imamah? What is their role to do?
Their role, right, is leading the Muslims, and they have that by being higher than the Prophets, that they can know everything.
We'll go by that. In terms of Imams, yes,
they can know everything.
There's four scopes of an Imam, yes. Sayyid Muhammad Rizvi mentions in his books 4 scopes of under an Imam, yeah. What do they mean? Let me accept them. I'm explaining to you Imam.
He's not a bit. No. Don't explain to me from Rizvi because he's not a major.
I'm explaining to you what concept Imam is.
Explain from Khulaini, Mufi.
Let me finish that. This is the consensus. What an Imam does, yeah. People should love him. He will be spiritual guidance for the people. Yes. He will also have the political succession of his time. 4th point, universal aspect. Yes. Now, whether he is the political successor of the Prophet or not, that has got nothing to do with his role in Mama. Prophet Jesus came, even though the people slaughtered him. Let me finish.
Why did he not fight Abu Bakr?
I'm giving you the answer. I'll give you the answer. Prophet Jesus came. He does not need to have the political succession of his time to be a prophet. He conveyed everything he needed to do. Further than this, all the prophets that were sorted. Yes, Prophet John the Baptist, yeah? We still accept him as a prophet. He done what he needed to do. He was beheaded. Now, Imam Ali, if you're asking why he didn't go to war with Imam Ali, with Muawiyah, I already told you.
Why did he not go
to Abu Bakr? Yeah. Like I said, even if he did go with war with him, you still want to accept it because he went to war with Imam Ali, with Muawiyah, and you still say that they were both that Muawiyah received it. Now I'll explain why he didn't go to war with Abu Bakr. He says it, I'll explain why he didn't go. In ShiaBladeRunner, he clearly states, yeah, this is clear, and he said we're addressing the war, yeah. He's talking about the Shirkain, Abu Bakr, Umar, and he says they knew what my right was when it came to the issue of Caliphate, yet they asserted like one milks the cow. The reason why I did not go to war with them, he says, is because I saw two paths. The quiet one and the one where I will take my Caliphate from them. I chose the quiet one. Now, when we analyze this in ShiaBladeRunner, what he meant by this, it was the rise of the Roman Empire at the time when Imam Ali, when after the Prophet passed.
The Roman Empire rose during the time of Imam Ali.
It was part of the time. It was the empire was increasing from the Christian army. Yes, at that point in time. So at that point in time, Abu Sufyan came to Imam Ali after the Prophet passed away. He said, "I'll help you. Let's get your Caliphate back." Imam Ali says, "I don't want your help. I don't want help from guys like you." If he fought against Abu Bakr at the time, it would have created disunity within the Ummah. So he done everything he needed to do in terms of an Imam. He done everything he needed to do. He didn't need the political succession. He was still the first Caliph for us.
Muawiyah is a munafiq because he fought.
I told you the reason why he's a munafiq. You're going back in circles.
Because he fought Imam Ali.
Huh?
Because he fought Imam Ali.
That's one of the reasons.
And he rejected Imam Ali.
Huh?
He rejected Imam Ali.
He went against him in multiple occasions of his life.
Okay.
If you're asking me the reason why we believe that he was a munafiq, we go to Surah 49 verse 2. Oh people, I do not ask for you anything except love for my family. On multiple occasions, sorry, what's the lie? Sorry.
It doesn't say love for my family.
Love for my near kin.
No.
That's what it says.
Or the near relatives.
Who's the near relative? Imam Ali, Imam Hussein, Imam Ali, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, Imam Fatima. That's the near relative.
Brother, you've just demonstrated the problem with Tashayyu. Because they pick on the ambiguous verses, they superimpose
Do you believe anyone who goes against Imam Ali is deviated?
Could be.
Are they deviated?
If he hates him, he's munafiq. If he hates him, he's munafiq.
If he hates him, he's a munafiq. Then Muawiyah hate Imam Ali.
I'll tell you what.
Okay, we're giving
I'll tell you what, brother. Stop being condescending. Stop being condescending. I'll explain to you.
Okay.
Fighting between two armies does not equivocate.
I gave you the hadith. We don't need to go into the war.
Does not equivocate hatred.
I gave you the hadith.
Brother, and you're still going on about Muawiyah, right? I'm asking you, brother. Your book, Sulaim ibn Qais, it says Abu Bakr and Umar, they are like from the two leaders of the hellfire. Words to that effect, right? Abu Bakr is worse than Shaitan.
Okay.
This is your problem.
Can I ask you a question?
Could you defend it?
When I gave you a hadith from Bukhari, I gave you two of your main scholars who authenticate the hadith. Yes? You given me let me finish. You gave me a hadith. Yes, I did. I gave you a
Shia website.
I've given you the reference. Now, if you choose to go research it, inshallah, it's entirely up to you. Now, in terms of the hadith you gave, Kitab al-Sami is not one of our 4 books. I'm not saying it's not authentic. I'm not saying it's not authentic. But if you're going to give me a hadith, please give me the scholars who authenticated the hadith and the argument for it. But like I said, this is the main issue. We differ against the Sahaba. You say the Sunni scholars say this. They did ijtihad. They received no sin. Muawiyah received no sin. The people who killed Abu Dhar al-Kafari, which was of Man, we received no sin. The people who killed, who else? Hujr bin Adi Kindi, which was Muawiyah, received no sin. This is the issue we have with it. But inshallah, we'll keep it there. I think we addressed the point enough.
Okay, brother, but you didn't address Abu Bakr, Umar and Uthman.
In regards to?
Why are they kuffar according to you?
I didn't say they were kuffar. I believe they were deviated.
That's your school of thought position.
Could you present it? Besides, could you present a school of thought position?
Well, I mean...
But we were talking about the issue with Dalat Sahaba.
How do you answer that?
Can you address my point? Can you address my point regarding the ijtihad of Sunni scholars on certain companions?
That's not the topic.
That's your main concept of Dalat Sahaba.
The Quran says.
That's why you believe the companions are like stars. That's why when we talk about companions, some of the Salafis get angry because we can't establish a definition of the word Sahabi. The Sunni believes anyone who saw the Prophet. The Prophet said, Sunnis believe that the companion is defined as the Prophet who saw them in a state of Iman. anyone who saw the Prophet in a state of Iman and died in that same state is a Sahabi. This is the issue, Akhi. This is a logic.
Adhan Sahaba, you get it from the Quran. It says,
I gave you our definitions.
It says the first and the foremost from the Muhajirin and the Ansar.
I addressed that verse.
Umar, Uthman,
I addressed that verse.
Right? Allah is pleased with them and they are pleased with
How about
him.
Surah 49 verse 2?
Shia school of thought says Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman are kuffar. Could you please see the contradiction in your school of thought?
Okay, I already addressed the ayat, but in addition to that, if you go to Surah 49 verse 2, it says anybody who raises their voice above the Prophet, their deeds may be nullified. And we know
maybe. That's ambiguity again. Maybe.
The Quran says it, Aki. The Quran says it, Aki.
Maybe.
Let me bring up the exact wording. Let me bring up the exact wording on it. If you really want me to.
Maybe it's not good enough.
Let me give you the exact wording.
Okay,
let me give you the exact wording. Just so I don't misquote. Or you believe, do not raise your voices above the voice of the Prophet and do not speak aloud. Yes, as you speak aloud to one another, lest your deeds become nullified. So if you do, your deeds may become nullified. Who was this ayat revealed on? Abu Bakr and Umar were arguing, and it was revealed on them. I can give you the Asbab al-Nuzul for that.
I think it's quite clear to see how tentative your argument is.
How?
The Shia positions, the 12 Shia positions, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, it is clear cut to see they are kuffar. You bring me a verse.
You haven't given me one reference. Okay, I gave you the reference to Sahih Bukhari, and I gave you 2 scholars. You haven't even given me a reference for a book.
Fatima Zahra, she makes clear cut takfir of Umar ibn al-Khattab.
Where?
I believe fucking Sulaim ibn Qais.
Sulaim ibn Qais,
brother.
It's fine, I don't say it's unauthentic. But in regards, if you want me to go to Bukhari,
so it's a proof for you, brother. If you don't,
give me the scholars who authenticate the deed. But in addition, if you want to talk about Abu Bakr and Umar, even in your own books, Bukhari, Bibi Fatima narrates that she died angry at Abu Bakr. Yes, it's in Bukhari, Aki. But inshallah, brother, it was lovely speaking to you. It's good that we have discussions, and it's good that we learn from each other. Brother, what's your name? Khan, I keep forgetting it. Zain. Alright, Aki, Sabi. We adjust each other's points.
Yeah, okay.
Inshallah. Yeah, thanks a lot for your time, guys. It's an excellent, brother. I do understand his points. However, I just feel like more of my concepts are outlined by rational logic. But I do understand his point. Inshallah, we can have more discussions like this in future. Subscribe to ShiaBladeRunner.
Inshallah.
And Black Dunya.